But will it be John versus the boss of John Force Racing, Robert Hight, or will it be his daughter, Courtney, driving the Traxxis Ford?
Now they got to look at what John did on that run, Mike. So I think Mike Neff has got a chance to slow that thing down out there a little bit of a ways and get it through that trouble zone.
Gary Gerald.
And Dave Reef at the top end of the racetrack with John Force. As you had mentioned earlier, this is the 28th time that the 65-year-old Force has been involved in one of these big money showdowns, and he's won his share. But you had some drama getting here. What was going on, John? I saw you on your scooter in the lane.
100,000 from Traxxis, and I'm chasing corporate America. And I love them, but it shows you how stupid I am. I didn't even get back to warm the car up. I actually had to get in and warm it up. I was out because Graham Light said, you got people on the starting line without credentials. Get over there and get them or get out of this place. So I got back, and then I realized I thought the dragster just finished running. I got plenty of time. And then they're screaming at me. I'm sitting back there in the line over NHRA's credentials. Hey, we got the win. I didn't have to paint my toenails, but I was up against a great girl, DeJoria, and I'm just excited to be a part of this. Hey, Jenkins, everybody's getting married. I might have some money to buy a present. I get around one of these kids.
And how about this? In John Force's career, $1,189,500 collected in these bonus programs by that man. 100 grand going to go to that team, but will it be Courtney or Robert?
Pedal fast.
Robert gets it to cooperate first.
Nice job.
He will take on the boss.
That was a great pedal job.
Not bad for a guy who missed the Traxxis shootout last year.
Hey, and I remember last year, maybe it was the year before last, but Robert Hight was really down on himself for doing a lousy job of backpedaling. Now it's a combination of things. He has to be able to catch it quick, and then there's another setup. Once you go off the throttle, it goes into a different mode to help the driver get it to recover. Those two things have to work together. He worked a lot on that, and you can tell it's paying off. That was a great job.
He did. He caught it early, too.
Always the key. Watch how quick. That was a quick pedal. The thing is, like you said, catching it quick, Gary, what that does is the quicker you can catch it, the less you have to do to get it to recover. The longer you let it go, the more you have to stay out of the throttle to get it to settle down.
Then we see it putting cylinders out, and he's easing back in the throttle, which is killing a ton of power and helping that thing recover, but it was not wanting to settle down. He had to do it a couple times.
Let's take a look at Courtney. She's full throttle. She was a little late getting out of it, gets back in it, and she didn't feather the throttle quite like we saw Robert do. And as a result, it spun the tires a big time again and started rotating around. She knew she couldn't go any further around that. She thought about getting back on, but she saw that wall and said, no, we better not do that. So that was a good decision there.
Well, the grade 8 that started today in the Traxxis Nitro shootout were seeded by points, and in the final it will be the point leader John Force against the number 2 seed Robert Hight, second in funny car points. The only thing missing from Robert Hight's resume is a Traxxis shootout win, Stat Guy.
Last time we had an all-team Force final in the shootout was Gary Densham driving the AAA car, taking out John Force in the final round. That was 2004.
Well, they can start celebrating already in the JFR camp. Meanwhile, in the Matco Tools pit, big-time concern. Jamie Howe.
Yes, and in the crew chief lounge right now for Antron Brown, there's a lot of head scratching and number crunching. Crew chiefs Brian Karate and Mark Oswald are baffled, as they say. The car is not wearing any clutch, and they're not sure why. The last time they went up to the line, they were trying to run a big number. Now they say they just need to get into the show. Now remember, if this was any other weekend, they would already be out of it. But because we're at the U.S. Nationals, they do get 5 chances. This 5th and final chance is their most important run of the weekend.
We'll look forward to that. But, of course, the Traxxis Nitro Shootout Funny Car Final pits John Force Racing teammates John, the 16-time champion with 141 national event wins and 7 specialty race wins, up against the boss of his organization. The president of JFR is Robert Hight, who's looking for his first ever $100,000 is on the line in the final. And that great-looking trophy.